Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to be talking about the Tata Safari. So we've known it as the Tata H7X, the Tata Buzzard, the Tata Gravitas, but the eagerly awaited three-row version of the Harrier is out on sale as the all-new Tata Safari for the last few months now. Tata executives say that this SUV was always pictured to bring back the Safari moniker. The name game was just to keep the secret from getting out too soon. Social media commenters have had strong opinions on the applicability of the legendary Safari name to a front wheel drive body shell SUV and see the Safari for what it is. So, what's it like on the exterior? And what is immediately identifiable as, at least from up front, it is derived from the Tata Harrier. The split headlamp arrangement is common, and the only real difference is the new premium exquisite detailing centered on the chrome finished tri-arrow pattern for the Tata Safari's grille. Xenon head projector headlamps gives an illuminated view of the road ahead, coupled with dual function LED DRLs are very good, but some users have found it a bit weak. I am against the blinding LED headlamps, which some vehicles have nowadays, creating unsafe conditions for other drivers. From other angles, though, you won't mistake one for the other. Designed to have room for a third row of seats, the Tata Safari sports a higher roofline, a longer rear overhang, features a full-size rear quarter glass, and the tail end is more upright too. Even the tail lights, though parallel in treatment, are dissimilar. Adding some aroma to the Safari are its chunky roof rails that are styled to suggest a stepped roof, somewhat of a trademark element on the original Safari. In dimensions, the new Safari is 80 mm taller and 63 mm longer than a Harrier, though width and wheelbase are untouched. All in all, the new Safari has a great stance, and that's only helped by the 18-inch diamond cut alloy wheels. Curiously, while the rims are a size up on the Harriers, they are of identical size. So, here are the colors of the Tata Safari. The Safari comes in four bold colors: Royal Blue, Ochre White, Daytona Grey, and Tropical Mist. So, what's it like on the interior? Inside, things are familiar. If you've been behind the wheel of a Tata Harrier, you'll immediately feel at home in the Tata Safari. The smart looking dashboard is common to the two models, but what brings in the necessary distinction on the top spec Safari is its oyster white interior theme. Sure, the cabin looks really upmarket as a result, but buyers with a fetish for pristineness will really struggle to keep the light leatherette seats clean. A welcome inclusion on the top spec Safari is the easy to use electronic parking brake that comes in place of the burdensome thrust like lever like manual handbrake. Just as on the updated Harrier, you get a ruling view of the road, and much of what you touch inside is high quality. Panel fit is also much improved from the first of the Harriers, but some ergonomic issues persist. For example, the center control ensnares with the driver's left knee. You'd also wish that Tata had updated the infotainment screen. The 8.8-inch touchscreen looks a little small by today's standards, and even things like the rear view camera could have seen a few more pixels added. On the plus side, the features list is long and is headlined by a panoramic sunroof, a sweet sounding JBL sound system, and a powered driver's seat. The Tata Safari has also included connected tech that lets you remotely keep an eye on your car, but there's no wireless charging on board. The 6 airbags and HDC are exclusive to the top spec XZ Plus versions, but it's commendable that ESC is standard fit. Once in place, you'll appreciate the space on offer. Average sized adults will be able to find an ecstatic legroom compromise with the middle row passenger, and even the seating position is not as knees up as in the standard third rows. The relatively large windows help the feeling of space through the air vents positioned on the sill seem like an afterthought. The Safari has done well, however, to pack in blower control and 2 USB charging slots for the last row. Also an offer on top spec Safaris is a 6-seat option that brings in captain's chairs for the middle row. These seats are beautifully cushioned, boast a wide range of adjustment. There's Boss Mode too, and a fold-down armrest is included as well. It's just that passengers with larger frames will find the seats aren't the widest around. What's also missing are sun blinds for the rear windows, and locating the USB slots near the center tunnel is quite frustrating. Switching focus to the third row, the news is good. Access to the rearmost section of the cabin is via the narrow passage between the captain's chairs, or in case of the 7-seater Safaris, from the curbside middle row seat. This seats the one-touch mechanism for fold and tumble. The damped operation is impressive, but the aperture isn't all that large, so you will have to contort a bit to get to the third row. Traveling with a full house does sadly mean no more room for luggage. Lifting the heavy manually operated tailgate is a task and isn't worth the effort given the mere 73 liters on offer. You can split and fold the third row seats to free up more luggage room when you need. The middle row seats on 7-seat versions can also be folded flat to create a large cargo bay. So what's it like to drive? The Tata Safari uses the same 170 horsepower 2-liter 4-cylinder diesel engine as the Harrier and is offered with the same 6-speed manual and automatic transmissions too. As you would have thought, the driving experience is very similar too. There's a good power, but in case of the manual, you have to contend with a heavy clutch that's not progressive enough and gears that need some effort to slot. Now for the elephant in the room. Is the new Safari enough when there are no roads? With its monocoque construction and front-wheel drive layout, it's a radical departure from script to the old body-on-frame and 4x4 model. Candidly, any soul-searching missions to reclaim your life can't be too extreme. For its part, the Safari does get wet and rough terrain response modes, and ground clearance is enough to tackle a mild trail. Tata says it will look at an AWD option if there is sufficient demand. With Safari prices ranging from 14.69 lakh to 21.45 lakhs, EX Showroom Delhi, Tata's 3-row SUV commands a premium of about Rs 70,000 to 1.35 lakh over the Harrier. Depending on the variant, the Safari goes up against the MG Hector Plus and will also see fresh competition from the new Mahindra XUV 500 and XUV 700 and the 7-seat Hyundai Creta and the new Alcazar over the year. And by the way, I had already reviewed the Alcazar. Link for the same in the description, and subscribe and hit the bell icon for the XUV 700. So the new Safari is attractive, plush and well equipped, and with a genuinely usable third row, it makes a compelling case for itself. Sure, it's not a versatile 4x4 as the original Safari was, but see it as the 3-row SUV for the family that it is, and you will find that Tata's new flagship scores where it matters. My verdict: a well-balanced 7-seater SUV with a great balance of design, comfort, performance, safety and practicality. Subscribe to my channel and leave a comment on which car you guys would like me to review next.